All right, welcome to Makers Market, the spotlight on local business here in Frederick. And I am here with Deija and Markus Davis of DMD Davis Photography. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Well, we are so happy to have you. And, I think that, photography in particular is just a fantastic way to kind of showcase people's memories and their events and things like that. But let me just ask you, what got you both into taking photos?
Yeah. So it started off as a hobby. And then we had our first daughter or our daughter, and then we just taking pictures of that. And actually it was his grandma who was like, oh, you should take up photography. You should buy a camera because you're really good. And so I did. And we just like capturing families, maternity, couples, because that resonates with us. And we like creating memories. So I'm sure everyone else likes to create memories. And it's just a good way to meet new people.
Yeah, that. And I got along because Deja kind of at first strung me along. But she wanted a partner, especially for weddings. She didn't want to outsource a second shooter. So I came along and joined the crew and been a part of the team ever since.
That's awesome. So you're the roadie, but you help out, which is excellent.
Yeah.
I get for sure.
So I drive, I babysit. Whatever Deja can do at the time when she has the camera in her hand, I kind of help out with that. So
yeah, that's fantastic. So, you are generally with people on their kind of happiest days and moments for the most part, I would imagine. I think, are you a wedding specialty photographer, or are you, because you kind of started with family portraits and that sort of thing, you kind of do it all?
We kind of do it all, but we more so specialize in weddings and elopements, whether it be local or destination. It really, we're all over the place. But families and maternity and couples, they still hold a special place for us because that's where we started and that's still who we are. And we like to keep that as close as possible.
Yeah. Are there, families can be tough. They always say, don't work with kids or animals when you're acting. Has that gotten kind of crazy at a point?
I would say no.
Good.
We're very patient with young kids and even older kids because we have our own. So
that helps.
We give people the experience that we would want to have in our own photo shoots. So it helps that we have our own kids.
Yeah, for sure. You know how to kind of calm them and distract and all of that good stuff. The destination wedding and elopement, is that, I know that there's been a lot of talk in this generation of people doing destination weddings or, not spending all of that money on a big to-do. Is that very popular?
It's becoming popular, more so the elopements, because it's a huge misconception where it's oh, you just go to the courthouse and you're sneaking away because you want to keep it a secret from your family getting married and stuff. But honestly, it's more so of you don't have a huge guest list. You don't want to spend a lot of money on food. You like to hike or you're adventurous and stuff. And you can just have the scenic background without planning around a venue that you dreamed of and it's not available. So it's gotta go to your second option. Whereas outside is just that's where you want to be.
Yeah. I also think there's a lot of people want to be non-traditional nowadays.
Yeah.
I think that the elopement scene, kind of doing your own thing, a small group, intimate setting, it's something that's definitely becoming more popular, because people like to take the non-traditional route.
I'd agree. And, it's big investment. And I know photography in and of itself, when you're planning a big event like that, you want those pictures to be, cherished for years and years and years. And so, I think it's very important to spend the money where you're going to get the return. I think for me, when I got married in 2000, I wish I had spent more money on things like the photography. I did splurge at the time and get a videographer, which, that was a big splurge then. And I'm so glad, because you get those moments with people that you can cherish forever.
Yeah.
When you've gone on a photo shoot, like what is like your most vivid memory, even just an amazing event that you attended?
You share yours, I'll share mine.
Like our favorite one?
Sure.
I think my favorite one was when a couple from Frederick, they booked us to go with them to Maine to take their anniversary pictures. Like, we first met them and they wanted us to take the anniversary picture, so we took it locally. And then the next year we did, I believe, also locally. And then so last year they took us to Maine with them, and it was really cool. Like, we got to do the beach, we got to take our kids, so it was like a mini vacation for them to visit 2 new states. And then we got to do beach wedding pictures for them in their wedding dress, and she also got to do a first look with her dog. And it was really cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is really great. And I mean, how nice to be able to kind of go on vacation and do your job and capture those moments. It sounds like you get very involved with the bride or the people who are booking you. Do you find that it's very collaborative, or do you have people that say, hey, please just tell us what to do?
It's a little bit of both. We also like to just be upfront and are like, we're more than just your photographers. If you need help finding like a videographer or like a hairstylist or a makeup artist, like, we will go all out for you and we will help you find the right person for you, like how you did when you were finding your photographer.
It also depends on the client, I would say, because we have some that's like, yeah, we already have everything outlined the way we want to have it. And we have some that's like, hey, Deija and Markus, run the show. Like, so it varies. It varies.
That would be me. You just tell me where I need to go, tell me what I need to do. But yeah, I don't want to have to worry about too much of that. So your website is dmdavisphotography.com.
Yep.
Where you can kind of get information. Do you find, I mean, how many events would you photograph? Do you even know, like in a year? Is it something that you're like booked out until 2029 and you can't get some time with you guys?
It's like yes and no. We take a limited amount of weddings because we pour a lot of effort and energy into each like album and each couple and stuff. We wouldn't just give them our full attention. But we are starting to book more into 2025 and beyond. So that's amazing for us, especially because I went full-time last March and I just took that leap of faith and was like, I hope people like pick us. And I think it more so how we represent ourselves in our business helps a lot with getting booked.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would totally think that that's the case. And that's phenomenal. That's a phenomenal statement for you guys that you were able to do full-time, Deija, and, be able to kind of move forward with this. What do you have, like, any crazy stories that have happened or, things that you can share, obviously, at one of your photo shoots?
I can't think of anything crazy.
Yeah,
do you have anything crazy?
Nice. That's probably good.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing that we don't have anything crazy. But one thing, just to touch on that Deija kind of mentioned too, we like growing with our families. So I guess a crazy thing that we did is we've had multiple families where we've taken their engagement shoot, their wedding, their newlywed shoot, their maternity shoot, their new shoot.
Yeah.
So I guess that's crazy in a sense that we've had multiple families that we've seen from the beginning, right, and till the end. That's awesome, actually, because you get to grow with the family and see how they've changed and grow. That's really cool, actually. That is a cool story. What's one thing that you would love the viewers to know about you guys or walk away with on, why they should consider you if they're considering a photographer?
As our brand, like our business, we try to show up like as authentic and as vulnerable as we can. So it's not an act, like what you see is what you get. We like to work with people who we, outside of photography, we could see ourselves being friends with and whatnot. And we have, so that's good. And they'll, like, even on posts and like the Everything Frederick group, those same people will still put our name down for like posts when people ask for like a photographer for something or anything. And that I personally appreciate, because word of mouth is very good for us. And the fact that like so many people go hard for us with our business, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a true testament to you both, obviously, that when people are happy with the service that they've received and are, your biggest cheerleaders and supporters, that says a lot. So coming up, like you guys have, we're kind of coming into the spring. Do you find that you are too busy, or do you have things like, mini photo shoots that you guys might put out there, or family portrait time, or you just kind of really wait as people, go to your website and book you to do that?
Sure. We definitely are busy around this time. This is definitely busy season, but especially for couple shoots, maternity shoots, smaller sessions, right? We have tons of availability. For weddings, it's a little tight.
Weddings are pretty intense, right? So
yeah,
I can understand that.
Yeah. But we have a link on our website where, if you are interested, you can go there to see our availability and, pick a time that works best for you.
That's awesome. Well, look, we really appreciate getting to know you guys, and wish you all the success here in Frederick, and can't wait to hear about the future for dmdavisphotography.com. Thank you so much, Deija and Markus. We really appreciate you joining us today. And can't wait to see you out and about in Frederick and getting all these photographs out. I think it'll be great.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having us, Dani.
Thank you.
All right. Let me just end this.